Gaming Bolt presents 14 most disappointing video game sequels and follow-ups on PS4 and Xbox One. We're going to focus on 14 titles on PS4 and Xbox One that may not necessarily be bad, but definitely didn't live up to their predecessors. Please note that the views expressed in this video are the opinion of the author and do not necessarily represent the views of and should not be attributed to Gaming Bolt as an organization. Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts is the epitome of meh. It defines what it takes to make a game bland, repetitive, and filled with overused, stereotypical, and downright boring ideas. From its lackluster single-player to its dull multiplayer, Ghosts continued the franchise's downward spiral into bargain bin gaming. Forza Motorsport 5. Forza 5 was a stellar game. As a sequel to Xbox 360's Forza 4, however, Forza 5 is a bit of a letdown. From less tracks to a similar selection of cars, Forza 5 showed us beautiful next-gen graphics and what we were to expect for the next several years. Luckily, it was a launch title and quickly became outperformed by the following year's Forza Horizon 2 and this year's Forza 6. Killzone Shadowfall. Killzone Shadowfall was a beautiful game, especially for a launch title. But with an uninspired story and lifeless cityscapes, it felt like a useless graphics demo wrapped around last-gen gameplay. Shadowfall was not a bad game, it just didn't have that immersion we experienced from its sequels. Assassin's Creed Unity. There's probably little support out there to argue that Assassin's Creed Unity is considered a disappointment. Covered from head to toe in bugs and glitches, Unity's luxurious presence was completely wiped away when players got stuck in hay bales, or climbed to a ledge unable to move after, or stuck in a wall, or even had their face disappear. Battlefield Hardline. Hardline functioned really well for what it was, a cops and robbers game filled with numerous new game modes. But maybe EA should have taken off the Battlefield moniker and made its own title. Single player, as we should all come to expect in multiplayer first style games, was again not worth our time. Dead or Alive 5, Last Round. Dead or Alive 5, Last Round had a lot to live up to following the fourth installment. Fighting mechanics were sound yet uninspired, graphics were not that much better than those found on last-gen consoles, and it continued to rely on gimmicks to sell the title rather than carrying over or making better that which was Dead or Alive 4. Kinect Sports Rivals. Rare was up to something all those years, and it wasn't a new Banjo-Kazooie game either. It was a sequel to Xbox 360's Kinect Sports with Kinect Sports Rivals. A fun game, but it didn't truly utilize what was, at the time, considered to be a next generation of player depth on screen through use of Kinect 2.0. Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes. This isn't Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, this is the one right before that. The glorified demo that cost a whopping $40 for a physical copy. It was a nightmare of an idea from Konami. The missions were short, non-adventurous, and the game could be finished in less than an hour. Some people managed to finish it in under 10 minutes. LittleBigPlanet 3. Aw, Sackboy is back with some new friends. That should have made a LittleBigPlanet 3 with new gameplay mechanics even better than 2, right? Sadly, no. Little love was given to LittleBigPlanet 3 as it felt as though it was made just for a quick fan service. Not enough attention was put into LittleBigPlanet 3 to garner a sequel at the level it should have been. Infamous Second Son. Infamous Second Son was a solid game. It had new powers and abilities and beautiful graphics all around. However, the original games introduced us to a character and a world we fell in love with. But coming just shortly after launch, it suffered from what most launch titles suffer from, a lack in substance. Singstar Ultimate Party. Look at the kids in that picture. They make Singstar Ultimate Party appear torturously fun, right? Well, it didn't quite turn out that way. The original Singstar gave us a reinvention of how singing into a microphone through a game could be actual fun. Ultimate Party often didn't work well enough, and there just wasn't enough content to make the sequel an important one. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Here's the thing, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture isn't exactly a sequel. However, it is a follow-up to PC's Dear Esther, a remarkably unique game and completely original from its debut. Understandably, the creators tried to accomplish the same effects with a new, totally awesome story and amazing graphics. It didn't work this time around. Planetside 2. A game where thousands of players battle it out to win territories and resources. Sounds fun, right? It is. Planetside 2 works out perfect if one buys it for the PC. but this PS4 version doesn't quite live up to par. It becomes hard to control a game with vast controls designed for a keyboard with several keys and smash it all down into a PS4 controller. Batman Arkham Knight. The first two games were both two of the greatest games of the last gen according to critics, so what happened to Arkham Knight? The answer is nothing really. Where Arkham City stepped up its game, Knight fell flat. Why did they practically ignore Scarecrow as a major threat from beginning to end? This game, compared to the first two, was just a Batman game that was missing so much heart. Let us know your least favorites in the comments below, and if you like what we're doing, go ahead and click that subscribe button. See you soon.